when you say, I want more, that more comes in energetic form first. And the energy that's flowing in oftentimes feels like overwhelm, feels like anxiety, feels like too much to handle, kind of makes you want to scream, cry. It's overwhelming. We say, I feel too much, I'm overwhelmed, I feel anxiety. And then what do? We try to get rid of it. Ugh, sabotage right from the get-go. Once you expand your capacity to handle that new flow of energy, then you normalize it, you integrate it, your nervous system regulates it. And that is when it then starts to manifest in your reality, not before. I just had the biggest revelation hit me where I realized, oh, holy everything, I have been resisting my own expansion.
I am
magic.
I am strong.
I am power.
I am confident.
I am worthy.
I am self-liberation. I am powerful.
Leadership. I am creation. Hello, my gorgeous loves. So welcome back to the podcast. Welcome to the Lightworker Society. Today we're talking about the energy of expansion, resistance to our own expansion, and what that hold back energy is actually doing. So I'm so excited to dive in with you today. If you are new here, hello, hi, welcome. My name is Marley. I'm the creator of the Lightworker Society. I'm a transformational coach and spiritual teacher, and I help women like you who are spiritually seeking an expanded life to step fully into your potential, trust yourself, and create the life you're actually made for. So before we dive in, some context. Over the last weekend, my husband Robert went on his annual camping trip. It's so cute. They call it the Dudes and Dads camping trip. It's just him and a bunch of his friends going out into the woods, hanging out, swimming at the lake. It's amazing. But when he goes for like 3 or 4 days. So I'm home alone. Now, all of my moms and everyone out there who's married, you know that your time completely alone for multiple days at a time is a rare gift, right? It truly, truly is. And I love it. I revel in it. I absolutely love being with Robert. And I really love being completely in my own energy for multiple days at a time. So this past time, and we always joke about it, every time he leaves, I have some incredible transcendental download, energetic shift, transformation thing that happened. Well, this time was no different. So Robert's gone for like 3 or 4 days, right? And what I'm realizing in this time that he's gone is my energy feels entirely different. Now, for all of my spiritual intuitive empaths out there, you are going to really resonate with this. When I am around other people, I feel them, like completely feel them. I know what's happening in their energy field. I know what's going through their mind. I know things that they're feeling in that moment. I feel it as though it is my own. And it has taken me years to really understand that not everything I feel is mine. And to be entirely honest, it's an ongoing thing I'm having to work through. So when I'm home alone and I'm only in my own energy, it is such a gift because I can feel just me. And what I felt in these last few days was that my energy is very grounded, calm, neutral, stable. Now listen, I feel a lot, like a lot. But a whole lot of that a lot is other people's energy. I am so much more less anxious. I feel less overwhelmed. I feel calmer. And so I was noticing this difference, right? And so obviously, like, the solution here is not live alone. The question is truly, okay, if I have this gift of being able to feel other people, and obviously this is one of the things that makes me such a great coach when I'm coaching my clients, because I can feel them and I do know what's going on for them, even more so than they do half the time. So this is a gift I have. However, when I'm living in a house with my husband and my kids, that feeling of energy, so much energy, can be incredibly overwhelming. It's more energy than my container, my capacity can handle, really, right? So I feel this overwhelm and this anxiousness a lot of the time. Not because I'm overwhelmed and anxious, but because I'm feeling up to potentially 3 different people's energies all at the same time. So I'm talking with Robert about this as when he came home, and I can tell that there is something here. Do you know what I mean? I have this very distinct feeling when there's something, like there's something there I haven't quite got my finger on. There's some level of truth, there's some level of transformation or breakthrough it's there, but I don't know it yet. And I could feel that was true with this because I was thinking about, okay, how do I feel that calm, grounded energy no matter who I'm around? Like essentially, how do I stay in my own energy field and not merge with other people's energy fields? And all the answers that I could come up with were more along the willpower road, like just be really, really focused, always come back, always make sure you're grounded and centered. And if you've been in my world for a while, you know willpower is not a sustainable strategy. Willpower is a moment in time. Willpower is, get out of bed on your first alarm rather than the 10th alarm. Willpower is for sprints. It is not for the long term. And so I knew this wasn't the answer. And so I was talking with Robert the other night in bed. And we always joke, Robert has what we call drive-by genius. He has these things that he just says out of nowhere. And you're like, oh my God, where did that come from? I've gotten used to it now. But he said, well, what you have to take into consideration is that our energies together, me and him, amplify each other. And right when he said that, in that moment, I was like, oh, and I saw it. Okay, so one of the things I've taught for years is that the more that you ask for, whenever you say, I want more, right? Women who are called to more, when you say, I want more, that more comes in energetic form first. And the energy that's flowing in oftentimes feels like overwhelm, feels like anxiety, feels like too much to handle, kind of makes you want to scream, cry. It's overwhelming. And the reason it's overwhelming is because your container, your field, has not yet expanded its capacity to handle the more yet. Okay, stick with me on this. Because when you expand your vessel, your capacity for the amount of energy that's wanting to come in now that you asked for, once you expand your capacity to handle that new flow of energy, then you normalize it, you integrate it, your nervous system regulates it. And that is when it then starts to manifest in your reality, not before. So a lot of times what happens, and what I was doing without even realizing it, this is why we need coaches in our lives, guys. We need our spiritual teachers, because when you are experiencing it yourself, you don't always see it. And it's not until you have one of these moments where someone else reflects it back to you that you're like, oh my God, right? So here I teach this concept that when you say, I want more, the answer is always yes. The universe is always saying yes. You're going to receive it in the form of energy first, which is how you feel. You're going to feel it before anything. So when you feel that overwhelmed feeling, when you feel that like, that like sped up energy, more energy than you can handle in your body, oftentimes we interpret it, because our world has taught us this, we interpret it as bad. We say, I feel too much, I'm overwhelmed, I feel anxiety, and then what do? We try to get rid of it. Sabotage right from the get-go. We try to get rid of the energy. We try to numb it out, medicate it, all of these things. And so what happens is our vessel does not expand to allow the more in. And then therefore it doesn't manifest because we got rid of the more. Do we feel it? Okay. So here is the actuality of what you need to do in those moments. When you feel overwhelmed, stop fighting it. Oh, did everyone hear it? It's giving me goosebumps, because when I was talking to Robert about this, I just had the biggest revelation hit me, where I realized, oh, holy everything, I have been resisting my own expansion, and I didn't even realize it. Oh, I didn't even realize it. I was just feeling a lot. And I have been feeling so much for so long that I was just starting to normalize myself as like an anxious person. And I'm like, hang on a second. No, I'm not. Like, I know how all of universal creation works. I mean, that sounded a lot. But I have a good grasp on how energy works and how everything is created. Like, there is no foundational reason for me to feel anxiety or to be an anxious person. I understand how things work. So it didn't make sense, right? Until he said it. And I realized, oh my God, I've been resisting my own expansion. So now let's talk about why we do that, okay? Because it's not uncommon. I'm not sitting here over in the unique bus, okay? All humans resist change. And I know we can sit there and be like, no, yes, you do. Everybody does. We're programmed this way. That's not to say that some people aren't better than others at it. For sure there are. Change means I'm not sure what's going to happen. It's uncertain. It's going to be different than the past. And our survival brains are programmed to keep us alive and safe. And according to our old reptilian survival brain, the safest path is the one I can predict. However, that's not life, is it? Life is full of change. And the best way for us to live our lives intentionally is to proactively go towards the change, go towards the uncertainty, go towards the expansion. But we can't predict it, so we tend to resist it. Now, we're not going to talk about it all today, but the actuality of how you move through life in a very certain, powerful, expanded way is through placing that certainty and that trust in yourself. So self-trust is our foundation for creating a life on purpose. We're always going to be stepping into uncertainty. We're always going to feel some level of fear. But if I have self-trust, if I trust myself to handle any and everything I encounter, well, then what is there to worry about? You feel it? So I'm realizing, oh my holy everything, I have been resisting my expansion. In this moment, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing his energy has shown up in my life, not to purposefully overwhelm me, but because it is the more that I asked for. So your partner, your person, your loved ones, anyone who you're spending a lot of time, could even be a coworker, someone who is in your life and you're with them a lot of time. That person's energy is meant to shift, change, amplify, rearrange your energy in some way. It's purposeful, especially in a marriage or a partnership where their energy is essentially permanent. It's going to stay here. So the question is not, how do I not feel that? The question is, what is their energy meant to shift and change and rearrange in me? So here's this more energy flowing into my life than ever before. And instead of relaxing into it, knowing what I know, I was trying to still operate in the same exact way. So in actuality, what I am meant to do here is take a breath. Okay. Take a breath. And this is what I teach my clients to do. When you feel that overwhelm and you feel that anxiety, that like extra energy, take a breath. And I want you to imagine your vessel, your container, you expanding, becoming bigger. Think about it like a pipeline. When you have a small pipeline and then you ask for more to come through, imagine it as water, and you double the amount of water running through that pipeline. That is going to overwhelm the pipe. It's going to burst open. Right? Now, oh my gosh, are we seeing it? We have to bust through the container of who we were, our identity, and expand into a bigger, more expanded vessel, a bigger identity to contain the more that you asked for. So it's not how do I turn down the water? It's how do you create a bigger pipeline so that this amount of water, this amount of energy feels normal. This is our work. So you breathe and you imagine literally in your mind, picture yourself becoming a bigger container. Imagine this extra flow of energy being easy, normal, of courseness. I've got this. I'm made for this. It is about becoming a bigger container. Now, we resist becoming bigger containers, not because it's not what we want. We want it. We want it. We literally asked for it. I want more. I want to be seen. I want to expand my message. I want to make more money. I want to have more love in my life. I want to have a bigger career. We ask for the more all the time and then unconsciously sabotage it constantly. So what we've got to do is get conscious. Amen. We've got to get conscious that when I feel overwhelmed and when I feel anxiety, that's the more energy I asked for, the more that I want to manifest. That is the more coming in right then and there in that moment. The universe has already said yes. And our job is to expand who we are to allow that more energy in. If I want to build something bigger than I've ever built it before, I'm not going to be able to do it as the small self. Amen. I have to expand the self. I have to become a wider capacity. I have to be able to handle more energy coming through my life. This is not a willpower exercise. This is an allowing exercise. This is an exercise in surrender. Now, how bad are most of us at surrender? Amen. So we're allowing this more to come in. So here's the thing. When this happens, you're going to feel fear. It's just because we have fear. Okay. Fear arises anytime we're entering the unknown. Okay. Point blank period. However, the unknown is the only place that we're going to create something different than our past. And what do we want for our lives? Are we asking to repeat the past? No, God, no, right? We want the more. We want the new. We want the expanded. We want something different than what was before. And the only place that exists is in the unknown. But that threshold to the unknown, that doorway that leads to everything that you want, is filled, laced with fear. I picture it like there's a door in front of you, and behind that door is everything you want in life, literally everything you want. But the threshold has this wall that you have to walk through, and it's nothing but fear, nothing but. But here's the caveat. It only lasts for a second. The more that you stay on one side of the door and you just look at it and you go, I don't know, I'm afraid I can't do it. I'm afraid I can't do it. I'm afraid I can't do it. That fear energy grows. It gets bigger. It gets more powerful. But if you look at it and you say, I don't care. I know it's going to be scary. I'm going to do it anyway. And you walk through it, that fear lasts literally 1 second, 2 seconds, a minute, maybe a couple of minutes, and then it's gone. And then you know what happens on the other side? I'm getting goosebumps again. You know what happens on the other side? The expansion of everything you asked for. You have to walk over the threshold. You got to step in. Because the moment you step into that expanded version of yourself. Are you going to be scared? 100%. Absolutely, you're going to be scared. But do you know what happens when you don't do it? Anxiety, overwhelm, fear get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then it gets so big that it feels like a solid wall you can't cross over. So every time that you listen to fear, instead of listening to that intuitive higher self vision, every time you listen to fear over that, you build fear rather than building your higher self soul intuition muscle. Every time that we say, okay, fear, I see you, I hear you, I understand, and you listen to your intuition, you follow your soul, you build that intuitive soul muscle. And this is how we create those beautiful lives of expanded reality. This is where all your dreams are. This is where the reality of them are. Like not just a pipe dream in your mind, like actual physical manifestation of all that more energy that was coming in. It lives in physical manifestation across the threshold of the fear that you've been afraid to walk through. Do we get it? So when you feel that extra energy, that's your expansion you asked for. Don't sabotage it. Don't try to get rid of it. Don't make it wrong. Pause, breathe, expand your capacity, and then go do the thing that you've been afraid to do. Because that fear lasts 1 second when you make the decision to actually go do it. And then after that, it's not scary anymore. because the fear is an illusion. The fear is like a defense mechanism to keep your identity the same small, old way. Ego doesn't like to shift and change and rearrange, okay? So it has these defense mechanisms and they feel very real. They feel very much like if you cross that threshold, you're gonna die. Meanwhile, the other side of it is literally recording a podcast or saying yes to a job offer or making a career change, right? Your ego goes, if you do that, it might be death on the other side. And in truth, it is. It's death to the old self. It's death to the small self. It's death to the fear. And that is the only way that we pursue a life that feels like absolute pure magic. That's where everything you dream of lives. It exists on the other side of your fear. So we can't let fear be the reason. It's never a reason. It's never a good enough reason to not pursue the life that you want. Are you going to feel it? You're going to feel it. And it's going to feel very real, but it's not real. I always like to say the feeling of fear is real, but fear is not real. And when you can really lock into that, it will unlock an entire world for you because you will understand that it's just a feeling and it's not a real actualized manifestation. It's just a feeling and you can handle a feeling. Amen. Ooh, okay, so I have a huge announcement and I'm incredibly nervous and fearful to announce it. But in true standing with what I teach, I must say it. I am opening up. So those of you who know me and have been here for a while, the Lightworkers Society has been the thing since 2019. It was downloaded to me. It was my very first huge program. It changed so many people's lives. It was a beautiful, beautiful container, and it has expanded into the entire spiritual brand that I run. I am opening up a community membership for mindset upgrades, energetic transmutation, being in the spiritual trainings all the time and with a spiritual community membership. The Lightworkers Society membership is officially opening and I'm so, so excited to announce it. I am dropping the waitlist for you down in the show notes below. I'm so excited to announce this. Doors will be opening soon. Come be a part of the Lightworkers Society spiritual community where we're going to have regular talks. We're going to have regular deep dives. We're going to have regular belief system workshops that are upgrading your mind, your energy, so that you can create the life that you want to create. I am so, so excited to announce this and to bring you in. Oh, I did it. All right, my loves, I love you so much. I will see you in the next podcast episode. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I encourage you to go and face whatever fear you've been avoiding and expand your life. I'll see you soon.